and welcome to Off the Shelf Reviews.
I'm Iain.
And I'm Gary. And today we're going to talk about the 2001 Ivan Reitman movie, Evolution. Iain, why don't you give us the synopsis for Evolution?
Well, the story starts with a meteorite crashing into the Earth in Arizona in America. David Duchovny and Orlando Jones play two college professors who come across the crash site and realize that whatever is inside the meteorite is evolving at a frightening pace. The military get involved and shut down the area, and Harry and Ira realize that they have something on their hands that they really have to stop.
No bell, here we come.
David Duchovny is fantastic in this movie, pretty much parodying Fox Mulder from The X-Files.
Yeah.
There's quite a lot of intrigue set up at the beginning of the movie where people are like, what, you know these government agents? And he's like, yeah, we go back. And you're just like, yeah, we know.
Put it away, look. We call no one, we tell no one. This is our secret, right?
What about the government? I mean, it's the kind of thing they usually get involved in.
No government. I know those people. Absolutely not.
You do?
We also have Orlando Jones, who is disappointing that his sort of film career didn't sort of go on beyond this movie in terms of most noteworthy anyway. And then, of course, we have Seann William Scott straight off the back of the American Pie movies, trying very much to branch away from that Stifler character that pretty much he is most well known for now.
Careful! Who's gonna pay me for the damage to my goddamn car?
Son, I told you we don't do that. It's force majeure.
Force majeure my ass. That car's a classic 73 Buick Riv.
See, for me, this film is like a hidden gem. When we were asked to do this review, I realised that I hadn't seen this film in like fucking 10 years. And so I was quite excited to sit down and watch it. And then when I sat down to watch it, I was just like, wow, how have I not actually watched this more often? You know, like we said, you've got David Duchovny coming off the back of X-Files, really established actor. And he's just playing kind of a lowbrow college professor whose, you know, career in the military took a wrong turn and is being sent to the ass end of America. You then obviously partnering him up with Orlando Jones, and like you said, hasn't really done much. I remember him mainly from The Replacements, and he is, I wouldn't say he's like the best comedian out there, but he is really, really quite funny. I mean, I remember his crackhead performance in Office Space was really quite funny.
Good evening, sir. My name is Steve. I come from a rough area. I used to be addicted to crack, but now I'm off and trying to stay clean.
Okay.
That is why I'm selling magazine subscriptions.
No.
And I was hoping that you could help me out.
You used to be addicted to crack?
Yeah,
Obviously, then we've got Seann William Scott, like we said, just coming off the back of American Pie, trying to branch out, being an established actor, but he works better doing these kind of little stupid, over the top, funny face kind of comedy moments.
Go, 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 go! Go, come on! Oh!
We then obviously on the military side we have Julianne Moore, who I think is absolutely gorgeous. She plays a bumbling scientist. And it's a good fact to know that she actually chose to put the bumblingness into her character, mainly because she wanted to give her character a bit more comedy routines.
Pick me up in an hour. No, 2. Well, like an hour and a half would be good.
I do want to bring up another one of my favourite characters as well, is Ted Levine, who I remember him mainly as Lieutenant Stottlemyre from the TV series Monk, but a lot of other people might recognise him as Buffalo Bill from Silence of the Lambs. And I love seeing him in anything else, because obviously you've seen him in Silence of the Lambs.
You just can't shake that image away, can you?
You can't shake that image. But like we said, the film starts off really explosive. The meteorite comes down, crashes into the earth. You know, you've established all your different actors, and you know you have some comedy moments between Harry and Ira. I really enjoy the way the cave changes.
the setup
over
for the
time.
movie, the setup is fantastic. Once we've watched that meteor crash, and they've sort of gone there to make the initial discovery, and they hack away some of the rock,
Yeah.
and they realise that it's already oozing some form of liquid. They start, looking at it under the microscope, and you see this singular cell organism become a multi-cell organism
Yeah.
to where it starts undergoing its evolution at an exponential rate. It's sort of evolving millions of years within hours or days. And, of course, logically, you can already jump to the conclusion as an audience member where this is going. I mean,
Yeah.
the advertising material for this movie was everywhere. That three-eyed, smiley, happy face
Yeah.
was all over cinemas, billboards. It was everywhere. And so it's kind of weird that so many people still have never even heard of the movie or ever seen it. Perhaps they were put off by the fact that it was just a CGI alien monster movie.
Yeah.
Which
yeah.
gives me on to the point that we've seen a ton of alien movies throughout the B-movie horrors or grindhouse horrors. We've seen movies like The Blob
Yeah.
and The Thing or Alien or Predator or any other kind of monster that you can think of. And so the sky's the limit. When they were coming up with an alien creature that's come from another planet, they could come up with anything.
Yeah.
And to this film's credit, they do come up with some quite innovative creature design.
Check that guy out.
Ira, look at that backside. Theater in the round. That's the kind of trunk space you want in a late model car.
The CGI in this movie is quite bad in places. I mean, it was an early point in time again in CGI effects, but it does work because the characters are so good and so entertaining that what they're reacting to, the way that they
Yeah.
react to it, makes you believe that they're seeing it, which sort of lets it go.
Mazel tov, it's a boy.
You're hooked and you're invested into seeing what's going to happen next.
Yeah.
For me, the film does take a small sort of downward spiral once we meet the Julianne Moore character. Once the military turn up, it sort of becomes... It hits all of those tropes and cliches. However, I do like one interesting aspect that this film takes is that at one point is anyone campaigning to preserve this alien life form. It's let's napalm them, nuke them, destroy them, dissect them, take them out of their natural habitat, anything but preserve them. So, you know what? It's pretty ballsy American style.
Lots and lots of napalm.
Napalm? Why don't you just nuke him while you're at it?
What about nukes?
It's not really an alien invasion movie, but in a weird way it is. You know, the aliens don't...
On a primitive way.
Yeah, the aliens don't purposely attack like they do in Independence Day or things like that. They inadvertently end up crashing onto the Earth or from this meteorite, and inadvertently, obviously, the atmosphere allows them to biologically excel their evolution.
Well, they start changing the atmosphere, which I thought was a nice little touch, that they started secreting that sort of mist. And then therefore they couldn't see the worms, which...
That's it. I mean, I love that set piece when they go walking into the cave, and obviously Ira and Harry are like, wow, we were only here a couple of hours ago, and look how much it's changed. And then they go off and come back again when the military's turned up, and the whole place is absolutely, changed again into a weird alien jungle.
Ooh. Looks like the kitchen from my first apartment.
And then they go off again, and then they come back, and then you have primitive alien ape life forms that are starting to excel. So I'm just like, I love them coming back. I do like them going off and exploring the town.
Yeah.
The town starts to become a character as well, where the fact that the aliens are... It turns out that the cave which the meteorite has crashed, there are all these networks underneath the town. So the worms are actually spreading out and, kind of...
colonizing other areas of the town.
In a week, the rest of Arizona. Then the entire Southwest. In 2 months, the United States officially belongs to them. And we are extinct.
You gotta be shitting me.
The half of the film, you have Harry and Ira following them, And I kind of get this feeling that, you know, they were kind of jockeying to see which one of them was the comedy element. They both have funny one-liners, but they're at such a par of being so smart that I'm just like, you know, neither of you is the stupid one. Then Seann William Scott comes along, and I'm like, yes, now you have the comedy element coming in, and him making all the stupid jokes.
You know what? No, not this time. Forget about it.
You didn't touch it with your bare hands, did you?
Would that be a serious no-no?
You did?
You touched it.
You touched it.
That's not good. You shouldn't have touched it.
What do we do?
I don't know. You shouldn't have touched it.
Okay, why don't you guys come on and take a look?
I'll be checking things out around here in this vicinity.
Pretty much. And I've got to say, with the jokes in this film, there are a lot of sexual or genital jokes in this film. I mean, it was only after a few of them occurred that I started to become hyper aware of all of them. And I think it starts when Seann William Scott gets hit in the crotch with the hose when he's doing his fireman's exam, and then from that point on we get anal exams, we get rectal probing, there's lots of anal jokes in this film. I was like, is Ian Reitman trying to say something in this film, or so the jokes are quite funny, but they're quite base.
You should have seen the size of that thing you had inside. It was like this, man. You took it like a man.
You're all right. You're all right. You did great. Can we get you anything? Do you need anything?
Ice cream. I'd like an ice cream, please.
What flavor?
It doesn't matter. It's for my ass.
And I will say that my funniest line in the movie actually comes from the fact that it's now quite dated, and that is after the government has done a raid on the school and taken all of their files, taken all of their test subjects and everything away. Ira turns to Harry and says, they've taken everything. They've even taken our JPEGs. It's like, you've taken our JPEGs? Why doesn't he just say they've taken our pictures? Is it just so that they sound smarter than they really are?
They took the rock, the samples, all the little wormy critters.
All the data's gone. The JPEG files, the DNA sequences, they cleaned us out.
I'm calling the cops.
The cops?
I love that as well. I love the sciencey elements of this film. I don't get a lot of the science, you know, mumbo jumbo that they're coming out with the fact, obviously, single-celled organisms, the multi-celled organisms, and evolution and this kind of stuff. But that just makes the primitive jokes even more funnier. The fact that they build themselves up to be so intelligent, and then they make a joke and they come right back down again. And I'm just like, yeah, you're back down on my level. I'm happy now.
Well, that's it. This film is not to be taken seriously at all. You can see from listening to the commentary track or the behind the scenes, everyone making this film had a fantastic time making it.
Yeah.
It really shows, because I have a good time rewatching it, and I was surprised to actually enjoy watching it all this time later.
I gotta bring up the two brothers as well quickly. Those two, the two college brothers. I can't remember the actor's name, but the larger one's obviously been in Mallrats and American History X and My Name Is Earl. They are bumbling idiots through the film, but they're also the saviors of the film. They walk into the room at the end, and the guys are just like, you know, Ira, Harry, and Julianne Moore and Seann William Scott. They're all kind of stood there like, you know, it's all over. And they come up with the way of how to defeat the alien. And you're just like, yes! Everyday normal Joes can actually win the day over the best actors.
Yes!
Yeah, but then the film sort of dissolves into commercial product placement. Overdrive!
Head and Shoulders.
Haven't you noticed how shiny and flake-free our hair is?
The dandruff shampoo?
Yeah, that's his stuff. The active ingredient is selenium sulfide.
Wow. Fighting the alien menace can be tough work.
And so is keeping your hair clean, shiny, and dandruff-free.
So it's a good thing that we always keep a healthy supply of
Head and Shoulders around the house.
Favourite scene, Iain?
My favourite scene has always been the scene. It's actually one long sequence. Actually, they Ira, Harry, and Wayne have gone to a house to investigate an alien life form, and when they get there, they look out into the back garden, and there are just thousands of flying dead creatures who have not been able to evolve to breathe oxygen. One of them ends up giving birth through his mouth
I thought it was coughing up its lungs.
Yeah. And this one that is born right there and then can actually breathe the air. So the three of them chase after the alien, and there's this whole kind of mad action sequence through a mall where they end up having to lure it with singing, so that they can blast it with shotguns, which I thought was absolutely brilliant. You know, that you can go to a mall and just pull the shotguns off the side.
Ever used one of these before?
Just because I'm a school teacher don't make me a pussy.
Hey, ladies, there's a flying extraterrestrial in the store. Can we focus?
But it's the way that they kill the alien, and as they're cocking their weapons, they're feeling so good that they get into their car and they play Wild Cherry, play that funky music, and I just absolutely love that song and that moment.
Also, like the moment in the mall where he starts calling to the bird.
Yeah.
Caw-caw, 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 caw-caw.
Wayne, I think we've established that caca, caca, and tuki, tuki don't work.
Right. Sorry.
All right. So what do you say, Ira? Pack it in?
And it's just, I like the fact that everyone else in the mall is just sort of, all of the shoppers are just looking around just like, is this guy for real? I mean, are these guys going to help us? And, you know, again, the creature effect in the mall, it's a little bit bad when you can see her, the creature flying off with the girl who was shoplifting, and the little payoff joke, she's like, I'll never shoplift again. And he's just like, yeah, okay, well whatever. I like quite a few of the scenes with Seann William Scott. I like the scene where he's gone to go to the water tank and he's looking to pour poison all over the worms, and there's the creature in there. I also like the really sad and depressed little creature that comes out of the cupboard, and these old women are just like, oh, it's so adorable, it's so cute.
Look, you can barely... Come on. Come on, is it good?
There's a lot of scenes in there that make me laugh, and there's a few scenes that make me cringe, but in whole, I really enjoy the whole film. The camaraderie between all of the actors is the biggest draw to the film, and it's disappointing that, I mean, I have to say, I would like to see these three come back and do more.
Yeah.
They work so well with each other, and Ivan Reitman's got such a way of making you care for these characters, which are pretty much two-dimensional. The whole film is a blast to watch from beginning to end, and if you've forgotten the movie or never seen it before, it's definitely worth checking out. It's just silly, camp entertainment that you can't really go wrong with.
Yeah, I definitely recommend this movie as well. If you've never seen it, or you haven't seen it in many years, it's a hidden gem of cinema. The actors all pull their own weight and make the story believable. The special effects, they give or take whatever, but you're mainly there for the comedy elements. I kind of wish they had made an Evolution 2 or an Evolution trilogy, but they did kind of go on to make a cartoon series.
Yeah.
But that was mainly for kids. You want something more for adults. You want to carry on the story with just these characters and them just getting into funny, bumbling moments. It's a feel-good film.
Definitely.
It's payback time!
Thanks for watching Off the Shelf Reviews.
When some giant slug comes from under your rug, say hello to evolution. When some alien cell starts to mutate and swell, say hello.